Hey, favored ones! Welcome back to another collective reading. Before we get started, I just wanted to show you it's 11/11 on January 11th. That's so cool. So 111. You may be seeing sequences of one for sure. That's cool. It lined it up like that. Welcome. Come on in and take a seat at the round table and throw a coin or two into the wishing well in the corner and get settled in. For anyone who is new, welcome. And for anyone who is returning, hello, favored ones. And yeah, let's get into it. Before we do, though, anyone who is new, we have something that we like to do in the corner of the internet here called Welcoming in Utopia, or Welcoming Utopia, whichever way, it don't matter how you name it. It's the frequency and the intention that matters. It's just a way to cleanse the energy and bring up vibration and ground yourself in your intentions, just like any other channel would have, like a meditation or a sound bath that you would do here. This is what I like to do on my channel. Set your intentions on what would be your personal or international or galactic dimensional utopia, and what that would look like. People all having fresh water and somewhere to live and stay and keep their head at night. So whatever that is for you, you may hold that energy, and once you feel ready, then we'll continue into the message. You can pause if you need to. I'm trying to see here. Okay, for today's downloads, I was talking with one of my friends, and he gave permission for me to talk about it, as I feel that it could be a collective thing that we're all going through right now, and some of us may be feeling a bit clumsy. Whether this is in our stage performance, whether it's just like feeling clumsy. Some of you may be starting going back to the gym, or starting working out, or starting to film again, starting to dance again, and you may be a little rusty is what I'm hearing. You maybe feel like you're clumsy, but what it actually is that you're just a little rusty. You're still graceful. And if you're new to things and you're just getting new to being adjusted, growth spurts tend to take time to adjust. Like when you're a teenager and you're getting used to your footing, only it's just like a phase of getting back into routine. It's whether this is on a frequency level, because sometimes when we energy shift from one dimension to another, so if you're moving and phasing through to the next dimension, like the 4D and the 5D, you may feel a little off balance. So the overall message for everyone is grounding. Whether you're grounding yourself in spiritual terms, or if you're just grounding yourself by breathing and taking a second instead of pushing yourself so hard while you're getting into a new routine of working out. If you're getting into a new spiritual shift and your gifts are being upgraded, you may notice that you're getting a bit more pressure tension. You may not be bumping into things. Another way you can ground yourself in the energy, your home was another thing we talked about, is that your home or your work, where you're working, if you're noticing that you're bumping into things at your job, the sentient entity of that building can sense your energy, and it's like trying to like nudge you for attention. So if you've just moved into a new workplace, thank that workplace for welcoming you in. It's much like it when you go to someone's house, or if you went to a job and someone had a little, like when you go to the store and they have like a pet, or a lucky charm at the front where you rub the Buddha. You pay respects to the house. You pay respects to your work. They're bringing me the imagery of what I do when I go. It's a little routine ritual that I do when I go through a door to shift paradigms whenever I unlock a door and walk through. I'm like, I'm unlocking opportunities, or opportunities are opening for me. And when I close it and lock it, I'm like, opportunities on lockdown. So a lot of you could be incorporating small practices into grounding yourself into these rituals and habits. Having your workout mat out and in the living room so that it's a little bit closer and a little bit more inviting than so many steps to getting to where you want to know. So I'm hearing that you're not taking shortcuts, you're just making things more readily available. Almost like you're butlering for yourself. Setting out your clothes for the next day, setting the coffee maker up ready so that it starts brewing from when you wake up, so that you want to get up early and go to the gym or get started on the day and feeling like you're being pampered, like you deserve to be. And you may be asking the universe to be a butler for you right now. You're like, can you get this ready for me? Can you do this? You're like, hey, universe, I need this. And like, not in a demanding way and like a spoiled way. You're just like, I deserve this. I need you to take care of this. I can trust in you. We are a team. Thank you. Got it. Next. Yeah, I feel like you're on the next issue because the universe is literally clearing obstacles for you at this time. Yeah, Ganesh energy. You could be seeing lots of symbolisms of elephants at this time. Hope that was everything that that I had spoken with him. Okay, yes, bumping into things, talking about paying respects to your house. Yes, you could be building an altar and or welcoming in more people into your home. You could be having your relationship move on to the next step where you're moving in with each other, or you're moving in with roommates again that you haven't in a while because you went through a breakup, and you're settling in. And that's where I feel like you're not quite grounded. It's not like your energy is, well, for some, can you get me, Spirit? There's two different messages. Some of you are becoming settled and grounded after an upheaval and a tower moment. This could cause the spiritual shift as well, but I feel like everything's settling, like the coast is clear, like it's settling and you're getting grounded, like that's what you're working on. It's not something that needs to be obtained. I feel like it's just something that is at this moment for you. And some of you may be feeling clumsy, but I just wanted to remind you that you're an epitome of grace, and you are a favored one. And to, just take a moment if you feel that energy and breathe through it. Ground yourself. You could be doing crystal wire wrappings or building an altar, building wands in order to start delving more into your spiritual practices to ground yourself more in the spiritual energy. And, taking more time out in nature, I feel, is a lot of, getting back to your natural element. Like, every time when people say get back to nature, people assume, like, going out in a forest, going outside, touching grass, lay underneath the dirt. But I feel like you're getting back to your nature, the natural you. Might be like letting your hair grow out after dyeing it for so long and giving it a little TLC upgrade. Or some of you are dyeing your hair after not being allowed to from being in controlling environments, and you're getting back to your natural spontaneity, being spontaneous. You're getting back to your nature, your naturalness, what you feel most natural in and doing, your authenticity. If you feel most at calm and at nature when you are fishing, then that is the nature that's calling you. If you hate nature, and when you feel most natural is underneath a blanket, next to a fire, reading a book, listening to a babbling brook, listening to ASMR, when you are carving leather, whatever makes you feel most in flow with your natural state. Because I feel like at this time you're learning how to ground yourself within your own essence. And I feel like it's the first time that the universe has settled down enough for you to be able to get the chance. And for some of you, it's not quite there yet, and you are looking for a place to land. And I feel like your landing strip is coming into sight. You know, like when you're flying overseas, some of you could be pilots. Doesn't have to be in the Army. You don't have to be in the Air Force. Some of you just might like piloting, or have a pilot episode that you do movies, or in the movie studios, or you're working in a studio, want a studio, or move into a studio. Yes, you're being very assertive right now, but remember that that you have friends at your side during this transformation. Remember to be your own friend during this transformation too. Don't be hard on yourself when there may be setbacks, and there do be setbacks at time. There is the up and down, the ebb and the flow, right? So, it's giving me the imagery from Tuck Everlasting, where he's talking with the Winifred in the boat, and he's talking about how like the lake goes round, circle and circle and circle, but it's supposed to flow to a next stage, and it's not supposed to stay there forever inside of that pond. You were never meant to stay inside of that small pond. You were meant to be a big fish in a big pond in a big way. And you are being assertive now and knowing that and taking charge with your passion. Upon a fiery steed. Some of you might do cover songs as well, because it's giving me fairy godmother. Yeah, some of you might be getting into contact with your fairy fairy godparent at this time. You may be receiving messages from fairy guides. For any of those who are, make sure you're very diligent and careful. I don't want to scare you in regards to it, but not all fairies are good. I've had my fair share of both. And orange citrine, and make sure you are really grounded. And like you could ask for their help. Remember that you always have permission over your household, and if you no longer want them in your household, and this goes for any entity, you demand them to leave. You are in charge of your household. Believe it with your whole heart, because it is your home. It is your homestead. And if you talk to I also do that when I was walking through the door. I also say hello kitties, hello home, because I greet the home. You know, I pay respects to the house. I believe that everything has an entity and has a soul. And yeah, so if you're noticing that you feel a little off in the shift for settling into a new work or a new home environment or a new car, yeah, like Herbie, I'm definitely like a Herbie and Transformers type, a Bumblebee style type of person. So I always say hello to the vehicle, a Juvia, Bluevia baby, and just remember to pay respects to all those things around you. People are like, this is materialistic things, and they try to think of it as things, but I try to take care of them and love them, and I still thank them. That like even when they're down and going to the part, I still thank them for doing their best. Just like some of you may resonate with the story of the Going Merry. For those who have seen that far, you know, and you know that that connects back to fairies as well. So I really feel at this time, some of you may be shifting into the fairy dimension. So if you would like, make sure you sleep with orange calcite. It can give you an extra boost of protection and as well as connection. Okay, it's the yellow butterflies always remind me. Yellow is friendship, butterflies transformation, and also from one of the dreams that I had with connection with Bran, the blessed. So a cornucopia is coming for you at this time. If you're worried about whether or not you will have enough money for food, red canaries and red robins could be important for you at this time, as well as that looks like a little robin or a cardinal. Some of you could be cardinals as your last name. I know a lot of indigenous important families have that last name. Also, it's just a really powerful symbolism, so a lot of you may resonate with that as well. If not, that's just extra confirmation for those who needed to hear that. A lot of you are messengers and you are meant to be assertive at this time, so your spirits are proud of you for grounding yourself in doing so despite your stage fright. They're proud of you for being assertive and being messengers at this time. With the helmet, kind of reminds me of Hermes. So a lot of you may resonate with could be having FedEx packages coming towards you because of Percy Jackson, or a lot of you could just be watching Percy Jackson at this time. Yes, I feel like a lot of you are being very assertive with your message that you're speaking at this time. You're not blowing smoke up people's asses. You're not fucking just saying what people want to hear. You don't care about likes and comments. You're just letting the message go out there, and the people who are meant to see it and need to hear it, you know that it will come through, and that's why you're being so assertive and passionate about bringing kindness and friendships to others, and you have friends by your side. 1, 4, yeah, you have friends that will be by your side and during your time of stability, with the 4, number 4 standing for stability. Yeah, you are decorated in protection at this time. Your voice and messages are protecting others, or you're speaking out for others who don't, as you are a knight. And knights usually go rushing off to protect others. So some of you are protecting others at this time with the way you are speaking out, or you may have like a court issue and lawyers that you're working towards in a court battle, and you're being very assertive in order to take care of those who deserve kindness and protection. Can we get other messages on For our favored ones, please, Spirit, Guides, Guardians, Ancestors. Thank you everyone for coming and tuning in all the time. I appreciate that. Yeah, the world card. You've got the whole world in your hands. I also feel like you're going worldwide at this time. I also feel like you have a lot of guides from a lot of different cultural backgrounds and locations around the world. A lot of you may be traveling and to different locations and back home again in order to obtain frequencies that that your home area needed, and that your soul needed that vibration to flourish. It's almost like when you move a plant out of its out of the ground while you're like remodeling the area to give it better like standpoint, because where it was like located was like having runoff and everything, so you fixed it and leveled it out, and then you put that plant back. It's almost like when you left, the universe did some shifting around to like clear the board for you. It's almost like when you lift up all of the when you're doing dusting and you like lift everything up away that's important, and then you like dust everything off to give it a good fucking clear out. Yeah, the universe was clearing shit out for you so that when you come back, you have a nice place to land, a nice cleansed area. So it's like cleansing out the NPCs and the like lower entities so that you can come back with a better board state, is what I'm hearing. And the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune and the World card. Lots of guides from all different types of places. You're studying and learning more about the Akashic records and your soul contracts at this time, whether you're doing it through a meditative state or through learning tarot. You could be learning how to just up your craft. Like, let's say if you know how to only crochet crochet or knit only like a scarf, and now you're learning how to like crochet a whole bat or a dinosaur. You know, you're just really learning how to up it. Before, you used to like only make washcloths and booties, and now you know how to make like a whole baby bag. Before, you were making small little paintings, and now you're making like murals. People are literally hiring you to make murals. A lot of people could be investing in where you only did like free tattoos before, and now you're working towards almost being complete and having your own shop. Just very talented, and like, yeah, I just feel like you carry a lot of weight on your shoulders though, and like you're very hard on yourself, and you need to give yourself a break. You kind of carry, because with these together, it's almost like you carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, and you're not meant to save everyone. You're not meant for everyone, and if you focus on yourself, you're not selfish. These are a lot of things that I had to learn through therapy, and because a lot of people, you know, they don't think therapy is necessary because we have spirituality, when in actuality we need both to create alchemy. And you can't spiritual bypass, you also can't medically bypass things either. If you go to a doctor and you're like, give me medication, that's gonna fix everything for me, they're gonna tell you it's not gonna fix everything for you, and they'll probably still prescribe it because, you know, some people are like that. But from the ones that I've been to, and I've been to a lot of them to make sure that I was getting good information, or as much information as possible. Yeah, you're getting as much information as possible before you're making your own discerned decisions, is what I'm getting. Because I don't feel like they let me go on that. And you're a hard worker. You are. You're a hard worker. And you're so stubborn and so hard on yourself that when I went to go say this and bring it up and tell you, it tried to grab the card back down. And people want to drag down your hard work, is what I feel. And sometimes it's hard to tune them out afterwards. And sometimes we turn into a Ashley and Ashley Ashley's from Recess being like, yeah, or from Lilo and Stitch with their like Myrtle's backup gang being like, yeah, we don't have to do that for ourselves. So I feel like we are grounding ourselves and settling into talking nice to ourselves, seeing that the universe does have our back. Little wins at a time that are adding up, and they're slowly becoming too hard to deny at this point, is from what I see with like two major arcanas. The sort of asserting, like, assert your dominance, grab the bull by the horn, and carry on into the sunset, you know? If you have seen the new Percy Jackson, you know, grab that Minotaur and fucking give her one. Yeah, you were no longer caught in the maze. You are making people left feeling amazed, is what I'm getting. Because, like, inside of the lore with the Minotaur, with Persephone's labyrinth, it also reminds me of the TV show The Librarians. Some of you may be librarians or really like reading. If you haven't seen that show, you may want to look it up. It's really cool. It's bringing me imageries from that. That might have been Warehouse 13 as well. I think there might have been. No, that was Jack the Ripper. Some of you may enjoy old European, like, or finding out old stories, like how the Muffin Man was originally a warning to little kids not to go near the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane, because he was murdering them. So a lot of you might like the truth about history, finding out where people took credit from other people, finding out about where, you know, the Galactic Federation started, and Atlantis moving into Babylon, and then Greek mythology and moving forth. A lot of you might like the truth, or true crime podcasts might be your thing as well. I feel like a lot of you might info dump and like get really excited, because as soon as it like calmed down, for the energy like calmed down, someone's energy is super tingly and gets really excited about asserting information that they know, that you really like to send it. You're a hard worker and you're really smart. You are, favored ones. You are really smart, and I don't think you get enough credit. And I'm here to tell you, not just your spirits and your guides, I'm here to tell you, you're doing an amazing job. Like, half of the people who knew what you went through wouldn't even know where to begin to unpack that information. So never mind actually unpacking it as emotions. You deserve some credit. Especially in this economy. In this economy, we're welcoming utopia. That's what we're doing. We are talking it into existence. Yeah, I feel like you're being assertive towards your inner critic at this time. So, like, as much as you are being hard on yourself, I don't want to not give you credit. See? I don't want to not give you credit for the fact that you are curbing a lot of your inner critic talking and being hard on yourself. Yeah, you might be being hard on yourself, but you're also talking so much into existence, and you're also talking over your success as well. you are talking about your success. You have so many other projects loaded up in the back and people don't even know. And like from the last reading, they all think you're a one-hit wonder. You're not. You're not a one-hit wonder. Look at that. Look at that. For days. You're a star for days. Let's go. Let's go. There guys, guardians, ancestors, giving messages for favorite ones. I'm having fun today. You guys having fun today? Remember to quench. Remember to sit up straight, tighten your piercings, take your meds, and eat something if you haven't. I just me here, so I'm gonna take my time. Let me blow your mind. Yeah, it took you a while to get you here, and you're gonna take your time enjoying being on top. Enjoying your wins, enjoying your feast. People trying to be rushing you, but you're enjoying reaching the plateau that you're at. Don't make people feel like you need to rush, that you're clumsy or out of practice. You're exactly where you need to be. And as for bumping into things, yes, slowing down, mindful, thanking your body for transmuting the energy that is going through, or you shifting into a new paradigm by going to a new job and a new DLC, and just remind yourself to ground and thank everything. Okay, let's see here. Oh, sorry. Rip anyone's ears who are in headphones. I'm sorry. It's just so pretty. And I feel like that's how people feel about you. Is that you're just so pretty and your energy. I feel like you give really nice hugs. Or you've started hanging around people who make you feel like that, who make you feel like when you show up, it feels like a nice warm hug. You're invited, you're welcomed in. Because this is Six of Pentacles, getting what you deserve. You're getting your flowers. Because this is what it looks like. It looks like someone has finished their performance and people are throwing flowers. So some of you might be in theater, opera, musicals, or getting your performance, like getting roses after, going on a big stage, whatever your big stage is. Maybe your big stage is a festival, like Wicked Woods or Tomorrowland. It doesn't, everyone's success doesn't have to be the same. It doesn't have to be going up and doing Phantom of the Opera, even though it would be so cool, or doing Rocky Horror Picture Show. Some of you might just be spectators as well. And, don't ever feel bad for being a spectator, because honestly, like, if you didn't have an audience, then it'd just be you performing for an empty room. And I feel like Spirit wants you to step out of that, and it wants to celebrate you for those who have stepped out into the spotlight. For those who haven't yet, it wants to let you know that you deserve to be singing for more than an empty room. And for those who fill up the rooms with love and support for others who do perform, that's brilliant. Supporting others and not wanting anything out of it other than to love their art. That's an art lover. I love art lovers. Art lovers are amazing. Artists, wicked. Art lovers, awesome. Sometimes you get artists who don't even love art, and it's a weird mix. I don't get it. I respect you, but I don't get it. So art lovers is amazing. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for supporting. And for those who like who are being a fan of your own art and giving yourself kudos before any, like, showing up for yourself before anyone else does is kind of like, is it's people aren't going to be honest about it, but it is kind of awkward, when I first started getting up here, and there was only like one person who would watch, who was my bestest friend, and I appreciate him so much. But like putting it up here and getting up here with stage fright in the beginning, it's awkward. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and be like, it's no problem getting up here. It's a progress. It's a process. It's a progress to process, and it's a lot of process. And I'm proud of you for putting yourself out there and showing up for yourself, clapping for yourself, liking yourself. That's what it is, That's beautiful. That's you liking yourself. That's you believing in yourself. And you want to know what? As soon as you do it, that's you. I don't aspire to be anything because I already am, is the energy that I'm getting. You don't aspire to be an artist, you are an artist. You don't aspire to be a writer, you are a writer. You don't aspire to be a singer, you are a singer. Are you pro? Do you need practice? So do pro people. You don't see them getting sponsors to not go swim at the pool all year long before they go to the Olympics. So, just because you are just starting out doesn't make you any less, is what I'm trying to get at. You are getting what you deserve. Because that's what the Six of Pentacles is. It's like, receiving what you deserve, getting your kudos, like it also pertains to like some charity work as well. Some of you are getting recognition for all the charity work and kind-heartedness that you have. A lot of you are showing up for yourself because someone else showed up for you and showed that you were still worth it. And you were, and I'm glad that you received that Earth Angel's message. Da, na, 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 I'm worth it. Where's the material? Yeah, some of you are looking and like at wondering where's the materials. You may be looking for beats, looking for a microphone, just wondering where the material, where the resources be at. It's coming. Your flower is coming in. I just received a message to send, and at the same time my phone battery's at 53, so 8. You are infinite. You are an infinite. And you are getting, and that's confirmation that you are infinite. You have everything you need. Make do with what you got, and more will be provided for you. The universe wants to spoil you. You are divinely protected and spoiled by the divine. If it don't feel like it yet, then, even Cinderella didn't feel like it at some point. Maybe it's just still not, it's the hidden gem where it's coming out. It's gonna be coming around that mountain. She'll be coming around that mountain, and you're like, well, it's been coming around that mountain. She better be coming with 6 white horses and all my gold. Very Nami energy. For those who don't know, Nami is very much about her gold and getting her due. So I really feel like you are getting your weight worth in gold. Are you for real? Woo! Ha 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 ha. Me. Are you for real? Flips and gets to the exact page. That's what I thought, you know? So just when you're asking the universe what gives, it like folds. It's like, you want to know what? I didn't really actually have a good hand here. You take the whole pot. Some of you may be into going to the casino and have a good rap for. Some of you are good at rapping. Some of you have a good rap for winning. Whether it's like putting your name in a draw or doing scratch tickets or whatever. I'm not saying I condone gambling. That's just the information that's coming out. You can manifest whatever you want for your reality, and I'm not in charge of your money, so do with that what will. Giving and receiving, the flow of abundance, being charitable, accepting help from others, power and balance, sidestepping as a merely mindset. May it rain roses. There we go. Woo! Haha. The muses whisper, sacred mirrors are all around, and when the energy flows in perfect balance, all parties are served. Loved, found, helped, seen, appreciated, and empowered. She reminds us that we all live in a duality that strives to distribute resources. Yes, so you're distributing resources. A lot of people could, it could be the flip side. I read for all the general collective. So this reading could be about you being charitable or about you receiving charity, which is no shame in either way. Not being able to help others is not shameful. Not being, receiving help for others is nothing to be shameful. If it was, I'd have too much shame to deal with, and I am too not into it to give a F. I got too much other me doing to be worried about filtering all that Marbo Garbo that strives to distribute resources and power between the state of having and having not, and not having. I don't know why they put having not. The having and having not. The having and not having. And between gifting and being gifted. She shows you that needing to receive and needing to give aren't all that different, aside from your perception of who you think you are when you are standing in either spot. Imbalance of energy can arise from holding on to things too tightly, stagnation, and not being able to hold on to them at all. And both states can stem from a mindset rooted in scarcity. Give freely, share, open your gentle generosity, and consciously create your gift of time, energy, and money. Kind of drops the generosity, prosperity to make, this flow of state prosperity, and give all that I can take. So make sure if you're giving, don't do it in a way that you are going to be left being resentful after, because that's not true giving. Or if you're concerned about yourself. So don't feel shameful if you can't help and then give more than your means, because that can cause resentment or guilt on your part. Like if you can't afford to be giving to the food bank, don't do it just to people please because you're walking past and they're like, there's the box, and you're like, oh, I better give the box or else I'm not a good person. No, you're a good person for taking care of yourself. Taking care of yourself is not selfish. Also, if you have people come by for bottles at your door for a food, whatever bottle drive, and a little kid, it comes up, and they're a little kid, and they're not the greatest at articulating conversation. Don't hold them accountable for being a kid. You can hold them accountable for being a kid, but don't be resentful for them being a kid is what I mean. Or what's another one? or thinking that you didn't do enough, like when they leave and you gave them one bag bottle. This was me one time. I felt so bad because I didn't go out and get another one from the garage because I only had one in here and they needed it, and I knew that for his scout group, and I remember what it was like when I was in scouts and like jump rope for heart, and I was like, I could have done more for him instead of receiving the gratitude from the little kid, because they looked so happy and excited, and I missed the signs of that because I was too being hard on myself. So don't miss the signs of gratitude from others, showing appreciation by being hard on yourself. So yeah, a lot of people might be grateful for you letting them stay at your home, but you like your alone time. That's allowed. You're valid in your feelings, but make sure that you are knowing it's and not letting resentment build at this time for going out every single weekend to go support other people's shows, but it's at your detriment because you need a weekend at home to recharge. They're not going to hate you if you miss one show. They're not going to hate you if you can't hang out at one event. If they're not going to hate you if that's not your style of thing and they have many other friends to hang out with and do that thing instead of going and feeling out of place. Like, let's say you aren't the bar scene type of person, you're a home cat and you don't like going out, but you will listen to your friends' videos online. You'll share their videos and like listen to their music at home, but you don't really like going to live events because it really overstimulates you. That doesn't make you a bad friend. That doesn't make you any less of a supporter and have love for your friends. That just means that you're gonna listen and bump their music inside of the car and at home and share it to your friends and hype them up online. You know, living as authentically as you, getting back to your nature, is your nature and nurturing yourself at this time. You're learning what your nature is, your preferred nature and environment is, and what your kind of nurturing you need as well. It's no longer nature versus nurture, it's naturing and nurturing at this time. And I feel like for the first time in your life, you're starting to feel a little safe. And you don't need to feel guilty about that. I know sometimes when you feel relieved and you've been through so much trauma that it kind of feels like static from the change in your nervous system and jumping energetic fields. It feels almost like static, and sometimes you're worried about the other boot dropping. And this is all human. It's all natural. It is. We are a soul having a human experience, and we're upset because we're acting human. It's kind of the point. And the angels, who are just from another dimension, that are aliens, that's how I feel about it anyways. Angels and your guides realize this, and that's why they're not as hard on you. And it depends on what kind of life you set up for yourself, whether they're hands-on or hands-off. You know, we decided to come here. We either decided to have an open book test where the teacher can talk to us, or we decided to take the hard, the more advanced classes, advanced beta tester classes, and decided we were going to try and figure out the test without an open book. And at any time you can change that level of setting. Just believe in it and ask your guides to switch over, and you'll just have to do it in the next class, in next semester, next lifetime, parallel lifetime. And I'm tangenting at this point, hopefully. I really feel like I just want to talk to you guys, because, I feel like you just need like a buddy at this time. Just someone to really just tell you they get it. I get it. I see you. I know it's not easy. I know it takes work. It's hard not to just spiritual bypass everything and be like, everything's great, let's not do work. And then Mercury retrograde comes around, kicks you in the ass because guess what? It's midterms, everybody. Pop quiz. But you also can't just physically bypass everything by being like, there's only the earth. I'm not going to worry about doing anything on the spiritual end of like manifesting and like speaking things into existence and being kind to myself. It's a balance. It's a yin and the yang, the physical, the spiritual. And sometimes we feel clumsy because we have not quite settled into the realm that we are in at this time. It's much like one foot in one dimension and the other. You're gonna feel very split up. It's like looking at a mirror down the middle. You're gonna be seeing double everything. It's gonna be a bit distorted for a bit. So you're working through that distortion. I'm proud of you. You shifted paradigms. You're settling in. You are graceful because it takes so much grace to be able to take that jump into the new paradigm. So the fact that you are in the new one and you're just needing to get settled in, catch your footing, that ain't so bad. Not everyone sticks to the landing. That's fine. Just pick yourself up, dust off, get going. You made it. You made it to the other side. It's like the movie Spirit, where Spirit's like, I'm gonna jump, and the dude's like, please don't. He's like, do you really want to stay back here with like, Colonel Mustard and the rest of the gang? And he's like, nah, fam, let's jump. And he did. And he jumped for all he's worth, and he made it. I feel like you're unbreakable. As much as people like try to stick you in the box and tell you how to fit into society norms, you just shake it off every time, and you just be authentically quirky and yourself or mysterious, whatever is like so authentic. I don't know. I just feel like for once in your life, you're seeing you. You're seeing the possibility of really getting to be you. And it's exciting. I just feel really excited for you because there may have been a long time where you thought being you wasn't even good enough. And now not only are you thinking that you're good enough and being authentically yourself, but you see a future and you see growth as a possibility, and you're seeing the light. At last I see a light. It's like the fog is lifted, and it's so cool. Dang it, Pisces, why? It's okay to cry. It really is. It really is. I'll be okay. The energy is so swelling. It's like whenever you see like the end of the movie when the person picks up the sword and had picked up the sword and fought the dragon, and like when Alice slayed the Jabberwocky, and everyone had to see her for who she was. She is Alice, and you are a favored one. And people are seeing that now. They are no longer able to ignore you. And they shouldn't have in the first place. Because you shine. Oh, do you shine. I believe in you, favored ones. Continue being awesome. And I'm going to continue reading to filth how awesome you are. And I can't wait for our round table to grow even huger, and for our wishing well to be filled to the brim with so many wishes, because we all deserve them. Remember to eat, hydrate, and have fun. I'll see you all in the next video.